What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Madden 20 online franchise gameplay with the Titans. We never follow our game plan with the Titans, which is to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, there's a playlist that has all these games, our Titans franchise gameplays in it. I'm saying plans again. But yes, with this Titans franchise, we don't ever follow our game plan, which is to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. Rather than do the simple thing, the smart thing, we rather throw the ball through the air and make games a lot harder on ourselves. But anyways, back into another game play with our Titans, coming off of a tough loss last week to the New York Jets, which did move us out of our sixth and final playoff spot. It actually moved us to the eighth spot. We are currently behind the Browns and the Bengals. So they currently have the sixth spot. We're in the eighth spot, but we're in a three-way tie. We're both coming into week 16, I believe this is. Yeah, week 16 with a record of 7-7. So if we get a win here, it will definitely help us. Obviously, we'll need the Browns to lose eventually. Like I said before, we're not in control of our destiny anymore. So now we still have to win out. That will help, but we still need those other two teams to stumble along the way. But our chances of that are pretty high. I feel like because the Browns, I think, have to play the Ravens still at week 17, and the Ravens are a really tough team with Lamar Jackson. But anyways, things are starting off pretty good here with our Titans. Had end up forcing a early interception. Mathis Fairley ended up getting the interception. Unfortunately, we threw it right back with McCullough, but we ended up getting the ball right back in return and ended up scoring that touchdown. So things so far are going not great. Let's just call them decent with the game plan. And here we go again with David Long Jr. This is his third interception in 2 weeks. Last week he had 2 interceptions against the Jets, and he gets his third interception in 2 weeks right here against the Rams. Let's hope this time we could actually make something of the interception, and we do like we did last week. We ended up forcing 4 first quarter interceptions against the Jets last week, and we could barely do a damn thing with those. So it's good to see our offense moving a little bit better. Granted, I'm throwing the ball, which is not a part of the game plan, like I mentioned in the intro. But hey, if it's working, it's working. Got the Rams here in a third and short. Oh, I'm in man-to-man defense. I'm not sure what. Okay, I'm about to say, I don't know why I'm playing man-to-man. I'd rather play cover 3 and shade underneath. But it doesn't matter. He ends up running a nice little screen where Todd Gurley ends up picking it up. Todd Gurley had a decent game against us here. And Mathis Fairley, his second interception of the game. His third interception he's thrown this quarter. Things are looking up. But again, I mean, my defense is still continuing what they did for me last week. Last week, my defense was forcing all the turnovers in the world. The issue was my offense just wasn't doing anything with those turnovers. So it looks like things are going in the right direction. And then we throw an interception to his David Long. And I'm not sure if they're related. I probably should know. Maybe I looked that up. I don't know. Comment it down below if you know if David Long and David Long Jr. are related. If not, I feel like that'd be really weird. 2 dudes in the league with the same name. I don't know. Anyways, 2nd and 3 here and we ended up stopping Todd Gurley. David. I don't know why I was about to call him David. Oh, and we almost forced our 4th interception right here. I hate when that happens. I timed that up with Kevin Byard, but for whatever reason, I think that was David Long who got the ball, got his hand on the ball before me. But I don't know. I just thought that I timed that up pretty well. I felt like I should have had a better animation, if not damn near picked the ball off with Kevin Byard. But it is what it is. We end up getting the ball back anyways. End up getting a 15-yard face mask penalty, which ended up helping us out here because our first couple plays of that drive after the punt were pretty trash. And David Moore. I've never seen that animation before. I'm glad I saw. This is my first time seeing it, and it's in my favor. I just hope it doesn't come back to bite me in the ass either this year or sometime next year, whenever I'm playing. But yeah, I'll take it. So I ended up hitting David Moore on a nice little out route. I guess he went for the pick in that situation, and he was just on my back. And speaking about on his back, look at Ty Gurley just putting the Rams on his back and saying, no, we're not getting shut out. We're putting points up on the board, and just shakes Kevin Byard off of him like it was nothing and goes, what was that, probably 60, 80 yards for a touchdown, somewhere like that. And again, I'm not sticking to the game plan. Throw an interception with McCullough. Probably if I would have gone for the aggressive catch there, I would have got a better animation. But I went for the rat catch because I thought I had him beaten. I thought McCullough had the arm to get it there. But, hey, I was wrong across the board. Well, 1 out of 2, I was wrong. A.J. Brown did have his defender beat. He just didn't have the safety beat. And McCullough just didn't have the arm. So 1 out of 2 isn't bad, I guess. Anyways, 3rd and 18 here. Just swat it down. Doesn't matter. It was an overthrow. We ended up getting the ball back. And it looks like, oh my gosh, Aaron Donald is a beast. And somehow McCullough, with the fancy footwork, gets away from it and finds Jonnu Smith, who goes, I don't know how many yards that is. I don't know math. And scores a touchdown. I mentioned it before. I would love to get Jonnu Smith upgraded. Like, I still haven't gotten a scenario for him. Just so, I mean, if I can't get a scenario, I'm just hoping that I can get him ranked pretty high as a tight end, and maybe he'll make the Pro Bowl, or maybe we'll just say, hey, he's one of the top tight ends in the league. He had the most receiving yards as a tight end, or most receiving touchdowns. I think he's #1 in receiving touchdowns right now for tight ends. Hopefully that gives him from star to superstar dev upgrade. Wishful thinking. McCullough ends up. That was a dangerous throw, but we were under pressure. I guess David Moore is just our outlet for when we're under pressure. He's our go-to guy. And he ends up coming up with a nice little catch in traffic there. Sets up a field goal right before we get into halftime here. So a nice little way to end the first half. Up 31-6. Now we're feeding the beast, Derrick Henry. That's only his 7th carry of the game. That just basically speaks to how much I'm not following the game plan. I mean, he has 7 carries. By now, Derrick Henry should really average about 20 to 25 carries from me per game. I just don't do it. I just don't give him those carries. I don't give him enough touches. But end up getting a nice little interception here with Rashad Evans. Pick 6. So our offense didn't score when they really should have scored. We were in perfect position to score. We just didn't come up with things. Our defense is just crazy. Our defense is playing lights out right now. This is 2 weeks in a row. This is their 3rd or 4th pick of the game. We had 4 or 5 picks last week. That's 9 interceptions for this defense in 2 weeks. So this is exactly what I love to see from my team hopefully going into playoffs. I think we have a really good chance of making some noise to playoffs if we can get there with them. Especially if we feed this man right here, Derrick Henry, which I don't understand why he didn't break that tackle. Bulldozer sounded like it activated, but it didn't, which is unfortunate. But yeah, like I was saying, I feel like we're gaining momentum right here. Like things are going pretty good with the team. The defense has stepped up the last 2 weeks. Actually, really, they've stepped up pretty much this whole entire time that I've been saying that these are must-win games. I feel like the only time where we've really allowed our opponent to score, besides that Ty Gurley 7-yard touchdown run, it's basically been user errors. I know we had 2 user errors last week against the Jets. The Ty Gurley run right here was just really more of Ty Gurley being Ty Gurley. And I feel like our other... Who else did we lose to? We lost to the Ravens. That was just a tough game in general, man. I mean, trying to play contains and make sure Lamar stays in the pocket, and then also trying to keep up with Hollywood Brown, it just gets to be a lot. I mean, yeah, like a couple of times I was on Kenny Vaccaro. I should have been playing my deep zone, but to be honest, I was just really worried about slant routes from underneath or Lamar just getting out the pocket. And I really wanted to have Kenny Vaccaro with his 93 hit power down there in the box to hit Lamar if he chose to run. And a couple times I did it, and it was just bad mistake on me, bad users, and I gave up a lot of yards. A lot of yards to freaking Hollywood Brown. Like, a lot. I don't want. It was just a lot. Anyways, here we go with Todd Gurley again, just shoving my defenders off of him like they're not even there, breaking tackles left and right. And what was that, 16 yards he picked up? I feel like I had him in the 3rd and 18. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Todd Gurley on 3rd down. He's over 100 yards already on 14 carries. Derrick Henry could be doing the same if I would give him the ball. He probably could be over 200 yards. And Rashad Evans with a face mask. Boy. Okay. But anyways, Kenny Vaccaro, that's the 5th interception. So now 10 interceptions in 2 weeks with this team. Anyways, that's the end of the game. A great game, moving us to 8-7 on the year. Hopefully that will move us up to the 7th position in playoff contention. And we're going to be looking to get another win next week against the Kansas City Chiefs that will hopefully put us in the playoffs, because the Browns will have to play against the Ravens. And with the Ravens win, Browns loss, we will be in the playoffs with the Titans. So here's to Wild Card Weekend. Let's hope everything goes right. Until next time, I'll catch y'all later.